Alright peeps, we are now back with the second part of this finale, closing out this Nintendo collection series that I've been doing for over the past 50 weeks. I took some time over this past week to go over our whole collection, count up the total number of games, and actually found the values off of price chart for every individual game that we have. I put all of that in a nice spreadsheet, and I'm gonna go over it all with you guys for this video. We've got my computer right here. Open up this Excel sheet, and this is where I kept track of all of the prices. We got the prices off of price charting. I try to round down whenever there are any cents. Also got the total value and the total number of games for each platform. So each of them has its own sheets. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into our collection, starting with the NES. So the NES I found was a lot easier of a platform to collect for. For some reason, games are a lot cheaper and they're just more common. Some of my favorites and the more notable ones are, of course, this Dragon Warrior 2, Ninja Gaiden 2. I managed to find all the Super Mario Bros. Games, 1, 2, and 3. And we got Adventures of Link right here. But the highest value game that we found for this platform was Dragon Warrior 2, of course. And that one values for $45. We also got some more games down here. We got a total of 26 NES games for our whole collection, which isn't too bad. I'm not the biggest NES expert and haven't really played a lot of it. This was definitely way before my time, so I don't have as much nostalgia for this console. Our total value for these 26 games totaled up to $327. Moving on to the Super Nintendo, and with this platform and these games, it's a lot harder for me to display, especially on this shelf. I will try to do some B-roll to lay out all the games that I did find. Some of the more notable ones are up here. Of course, we got Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country, some must-haves, even this Godzilla one in the back. Our highest value game is going to be the Super Metroid, and it values for $70 according to price chart. We found a total of 26 games for this platform as well. I'd say the Super Nintendo is definitely the hardest out of the cartridge-based Nintendo games to find. They are also really expensive, so I'm shocked to still be able to get just as many of those as the NES. And the total value of these 26 games came out to $432. Moving on to the Nintendo 64, and this is my favorite out of the Nintendo cartridge games. It's especially hard to display these cartridge games, so maybe I'll lay them all out and show you guys in some other footage. But here are some more notable ones. We got Mario Party 2, Majora's Mask, Donkey Kong 64, pretty much all the first party titles. The highest value N64 game that we have in our collection is going to be this Majora's Mask, and that one values for $67. We found a total of 29 games over the past 50 weeks, and the total value for that is $482. Let's move on to the GameCube section next, and I was really surprised to find so many of these. I know GameCube games are so expensive nowadays. We got a good amount of them right here. Some notable ones, of course, Mario Kart Double Dash, Metroid Prime, Star Fox Adventures. The GameCube is just so fun to collect for, especially when you do find them out in the wild at like thrift stores. And then also on this little bin right here, we got some more GameCube games, Mario Strikers, one that I just recently picked up along with Mortal Kombat. And the Mortal Kombat Deception right here is actually the highest value game that we did get. I would have thought it was Double Dash, but this one values for $69 complete. And we found a total of 43 GameCube games. Easily one of my favorite Nintendo platforms to collect for. And we have a total value of $885. Let's continue on down here, and we've got the Nintendo Wii next. So many shovelware titles, but also so many great Nintendo first-party titles as well. I've got it displayed in a strange way. I got some up here, I got some in this middle bin, and then a couple down here. Some of the higher end ones are in this bin right here. We got our Wii Sports Resorts double pack. We got Super Mario Galaxy, both of them I was able to find at thrift stores. Mario Party 9, also at a Goodwill. This Legend of Spyro is one that holds a good amount of value. And then a complete copy of Sluggers. I'm gonna quickly show you guys what's in these bins as well. A lot more shovelware items. I try to stray away from these, but they're just everywhere nowadays, and for a cheap price, I always pick them up. But our highest value Wii game that we have is, of course, this double pack. A little bit harder to find nowadays, but we got the original Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts, both on one disc. Missing a manual, unfortunately, but still it values for $54. And we got a total of 52 Wii games, the most out of all of these platforms, with a total of $582 in value. We're going to quickly jump to the Wii U section next, and this is probably the lowest amount of games that I have for a platform, just all of them down here. I'm not the biggest fan of the Wii U, and I just don't see a lot of interesting ones for this platform, but some of the more notable ones is of course Splatoon, you got Tropical Freeze, the original Mario Kart 8, and Yoshi's Woolly World, and that is actually the one with the highest value. It values for $15, and we got a total of 15 Nintendo Wii U games. I don't have any plans of really building up a big Wii U collection. I know a lot of these games are really cheap now. You would have thought they would have gone up in value a lot more. The total value of these 15 games came out to be $145. Next, we're going to jump back up here into this bin, and we got the Nintendo DS and 3DS games. Just kind of grouped them all together. Not the biggest fan of handheld Nintendo collecting as well. I just never really owned the DS or 3DS or any versions of those, but I know there's a lot and a big following of people that still do enjoy playing on these handhelds. We got a couple of Mario and Sonic Olympic games, a couple of Disney games, of course gotta have those. This Brain Age game, Beyblade is a good one, along with Spider-Man Web of Shadows. And then we only got 2 3DS games, Pokemon and Animal Crossing. Let's start off with that first. The highest value 3DS game is going to be this Pokemon Moon, and that one values for $22. And then the highest value DS game, this actually isn't here, it's up here. It's this Mega Man ZX game that we've always had here on display. It just looks so sick, this cover art. And this one values for around $25 complete. But we got a total of 18 of these games with a total value of $187. Got a couple more platforms to go over. We're moving on to the Nintendo Switch section next, and I absolutely love collecting for the Nintendo Switch, mainly because I play the Nintendo Switch all the time in handheld mode. These games hold a ton of value and are super expensive, so I'm shocked to see how much I actually did pick up. We've got Fire Emblem 3 Houses and the Forgotten Lands right here. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, our latest one that we picked up. Pokemon Scarlet, I've been playing that one a ton. Tears of the Kingdom, another great one. We've got BioShock Collection. The highest value game out of this bunch is going to be this Tears of the Kingdom, and this one values for $43. Hoping to jump into these Zelda games soon. They look stunning on the Nintendo Switch too. And we got a total of 35 games with a combined value of $728. Moving on to our last group of games, and I just labeled these as others. We got a ton of Xbox games over here, and then down in this bin we got some PlayStation games. These were mostly games that I just found during my game hunting journey over the past 50 weeks that wasn't Nintendo, but still games that I just wanted to add to my collection, and games that I didn't have. Some of these are worth a good amount of money too, but yeah, this is everything for the Xbox section. I got a PlayStation 2 game right here for some reason. Also wanted to point out that I did not include plushies or movies, Blu-rays, DVDs in this final category. We're just strictly going over video games. But yeah, for the Xbox 360, we got both of these Godfather games. I've never played them before. You guys let me know if these games are worth playing. Call of Juarez, some kind of Western style game. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, gonna add that to the collection for sure. These Sphere games, I would like to start off with the first one, but never played these before. Also got some great original games like this Pirates of the Caribbean developed by Bethesda, and this Killer Instinct Definitive Edition. I did decide to keep that one. Down here in the PlayStation section, we got one PS5 game, this Lego Drive. A couple of PS4 games. Definitely gonna check out this Nier Automata, and maybe this Uncharted collection if I ever have time to play it. And we actually have a decent amount of PSP games. We got 5 of them, not including this UMD video, but we got them for really cheap and they are all complete. One Vita game right here too, this FIFA 13. So out of all of those games that I showed, the highest value one is going to be this Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, and this one values for $43. Not sure why these hold so much value. There must be some big cult following for these games though. And there was a total of 32 games in this category with a total value of $446. Again, not going to include my Blu-rays and movies, VHS tapes in the total of my whole collection. It's kind of hard to get the actual values of these because these are a little more obscure, and also not going to be including these plushies or this Game Boy Advanced. It does not work. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. But for one last time, this is our entire collection that we got right here. We have a grand total of 276 games to end off our series, with a total value, price chart value of $4,214. So I'd say this was a huge success after 50 weeks of nonstop video game hunting at thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores. I was able to accumulate this whole collection starting with just a $10 bill. We found so many items that we were able to put on eBay to flip and resell to build up a huge game fund. I think we ended off with around $40 still in our game fund. I was able to find just so many great Nintendo titles out and about, and now I get to add a lot of this stuff to my personal collection. But now we get to jump into the second part of this video, and just like what I did with the last series, we're going to be doing a nice big giveaway. In last year's series, I gave away around 50 video games. This year, I'm probably not going to give away that much, but maybe I'm going to shoot for around 30 to 40 games to give away for free to all of you guys. There are some requirements that you guys are going to have to do. Let's just start off with the video games that you guys are going to be able to choose from. Again, I do want to keep a lot of the higher end stuff for my personal collection. The top 3 platforms that are my favorite to collect for are, of course, the GameCube, the N64, and the Nintendo Switch. So a lot of those will probably not be up for giveaway. So for the first part of this giveaway, you'll just have to send an email out to me at my email address. I'll try to display it on the screen as well, but it's going to be austins10 at gmail.com. For the second step, you're going to have to pick out 3 games. I will go ahead and display all the games that I have up for giveaway right now. So here are all the games that are going to be part of this giveaway. These are games that I either do not have that much of an attachment to and wouldn't mind giving away, and also games that I have duplicates of, games that are already in my personal collection. I'll take a little bit of time to go through every single game on each platform for you guys to see and pick out from. You can pick 3 games, and I would advise picking other games that other people might not pick. Once you have your 3 games picked out, just put it into the email that you will be sending to me. And then for the third requirement of this giveaway, you're going to have to answer this 2-part question. And it's going to be, what is your favorite Nintendo game that ever released on any Nintendo platform? And then also why it's your favorite. It doesn't have to be long or descriptive, but any answer that works. At the end of the day, we all collect video games simply because we love to play them, and I hope to do so forever. But yeah, those are my 3 requirements on what you will have to do to be entered into this giveaway. Once someone is chosen, I will respond back asking for an address for me to ship the game to. And this is going to be free shipping for you guys. I will cover it all. This is just my way of showing appreciation to all you guys for supporting and watching throughout my whole series. I had a blast doing this $10 Nintendo collection series because I still do enjoy going out to thrift stores. It's the thrill of the hunt. And another reason why I enjoy doing this is because I just love learning about video games and discovering new ones out. But yeah, not sure how I'm going to end this off. I think that's pretty much all I got. I do want to try to go over some future plans for this channel. Now that this Nintendo series is over, I'm going to have a lot more time to edit some other videos. I've got tons of footage from past game hunts that I would love to show you guys as well, and some great video ideas, so I will definitely be taking some time to do that. As for starting up another challenge, I guess we'll see how things go. I always have this thought of making the most out of my situation that I have right now. The fact that I have the freedom and accessibility to go out and do video game hunting. This may be something that I don't have in the future, so I want to take advantage of it as much as I can right now. But also I don't want to get burnt out releasing videos each week on another series. I guess you guys will just have to stay tuned and see what's next for me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys all for the constant support and tuning in to this $10 Nintendo collection series. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on the next one.